Hello friends, welcome to the first ever episode of Brick by Brick with Credai. I'm the host of the show, Manthan Shah. I'm the founder of Asopalav Realty and director at Credai Vadodara. So we bring you the best of the developers across the city, the architects, other stakeholders in real estate, where we can discuss with you and you can discuss back with us what you feel about and what you want, and we can share our thoughts across freely. So the first guest at Brick by Brick with Credai is Mr. Dhrumil Patel. He has done his masters from Harvard Business School, and he runs major brands like Nilmber and Survi group in Baroda. He's young and dynamic entrepreneur and a real estate developer. So please welcome none other than Mr. Dhrumil Patel. Hi Dhrumil, welcome to the first ever episode of Brick by Brick with Credai. I am super excited, and we had this discussion about having a podcast about a discussion about real estate, where we are going, all those things since last 2 months, and I'm so happy that we are finally here and we have kick-started this.
Yes.
And it's been a 15-year journey for real estate investing and development. Same goes with me. And Baroda has been kind. We have started since 2010, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, early 2010. Yes.
Early 2010. You came from Purdue.
Yes.
You did your engineering. I did my engineering. I think your first project was Nilmber edifice,
Yes.
where we used to sit at the garden. And there was a dead end of the road.
Yes.
It didn't go beyond that.
There's nothing beyond that.
And if you look at it today, things like Baroda starts from here.
Yeah.
Like Nilmber edifice is the center now. So that's how the city has grown leaps and bounds, and so have you, so have the whole industry. What's your take on this?
So first of all, Manthan, I'd like to thank you for taking this initiative. I know it's been long since we first mentioned about this concept, and I loved it from day one. Regarding myself and then the journey, I mean, it has been a exciting and a roller coaster journey to say. I remember you very specifically meeting you also for the first time when we started Nilmber edifice, and you had also recently joined in. So as I said, it's been a roller coaster. Still, I have fastened my seatbelt, and I think whatever I have learned and we have learned in this past 15 years of working in this industry, I think we are very privileged, and we should be very grateful that we have got a perfect platform to work on. I think this is the best time to be in this industry, in this state, and in this city particularly. We cannot get a better time than this to be part of this industry. I think, and this past experience of 10-15 years is like a teacher or mentor for us,
100%.
which has groomed us well. And I'm very grateful that I started early. We have seen the tough times as well, and I'm looking forward to the promising times. I'm looking forward to the growth story of the state and the city as well. So I feel I'm very privileged and fortunate that I started early. I mean, I started when the time was not that good, when there was a rough time. So we have seen the worst, and we are here to see the best now.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be an exciting journey from now on. And the city, as you rightly mentioned, city has been growing leaps and bounds, and city will grow further with especially the infrastructure projects like bullet train, the 75-meter ring road also adding to that. I think we are at the cusp of a major real estate revolution in the city and in the state, with so much of infrastructure coming, so many companies, so many MNCs also coming in. I think we have very good times ahead of us.
Speaking of leaders and mentors, let me take this opportunity to thank our old and ever supportive leadership of Credai before us, and also at the helm right now.
Yeah.
Pritesh Bhai, Mayank Bhai, Hemant Bhai, Dhiru Bhai, and the whole leadership.
Yeah.
And because of them, Credai is where it is right now, and it has given a boost to the sentiments of developers, taking our word to the authorities. And we are doing our best in taking it forward and going ahead with it.
So I think I would personally want to thank them as well. I want to thank them again. They are the primary reasons why both of us are here.
Yes.
I mean, giving us an opportunity to sit at the table and giving us this
and give us the freedom.
Also to work. I think that says a lot about themselves, and that says a lot about the Credai's vision as well for the city.
Yes.
So we are very fortunate that we have a good, able team leading at Credai now, and young and dynamic as well. Obviously, the seniors are there to guide us and mentor us wherever we need, and they have given us the freedom as well. As you are also part of Credai, better than me, and we can't be more thankful to them, and we are looking forward to proving them right.
Yes.
I mean, it's the journey is long, it just started. We are trying our best to make the most of the opportunity given to us, and I'm pretty sure that we will not disappoint them.
So with a city like Baroda, which is district of Vadodara, which is close to around 30 lakh population, surroundings included, and the demographics of the city, like it is in between of Delhi and Mumbai industrial corridor.
Yeah.
It is there is a expressway that runs through the new expressway as well. There's a DFCC dedicated freight container corridor that runs through Baroda. There's a big depot that's coming up at Varnama, and a lot of other things like the connectivity is great. It has never been better.
Yes.
So the city, the real estate cost of the city, be it land or be it apartments or villa, anything. The villas are only possible in Baroda if you look at whole Gujarat.
Yeah, that's true.
So, what's your take on this? Because I think Baroda is the cheapest real estate market, not only in Gujarat, in India.
Yep,
With a population of 30 plus lakh.
I truly believe that Baroda has the best of everything, in terms of crowd as well, in terms of development. So you basically get all the luxuries of life, all the luxuries of a bigger city in a small town. Here, travel time is never an issue. I mean, I have never seen anyone saying that I can't come to your place or I can't come to your office because it's too far. Here, the friendships are across town. Unlike in Mumbai, I mean, you have to be in. The friendships dependent on the locality of,
or you have a job.
Yeah, or your job to an extent. So I think Baroda has best luxuries of the bigger city, plus the calmness and the serenity of a smaller town, plus the leisure of a small town. So and with the infrastructure coming in, I think it's going to get better.
It will only get better.
Yeah, it will only get better, and I honestly believe that the crowd also of Baroda is very different than compared to Ahmedabad, Surat, Rajkot also for that matter. See, Ahmedabad, Surat, Rajkot, I think Baroda has been very fortunate because of the Gaikwadi era and the kind of educational institution that they have established. Because of that, so many people, so many students from across the country, they tend to come to Baroda because Baroda is an education hub as well.
Completely.
And all the students who come from across the country, they tend to stay back. They get jobs here, they tend to stay back, they move in with their families here. So because of that, I think Baroda has the most cosmopolitan crowd in Gujarat, for that matter. And our Baroda market, as you rightly pointed out, is still the cheapest.
Yes.
If not in India, but at least in Gujarat, is still the cheapest compared to the other four cities. Ahmedabad, Surat, Rajkot also. Rajkot has also surpassed in terms of pricing.
Yes.
So people still prefer to come to Baroda since it's cheaper. You get
And
everything
safer.
safer also. Yeah, it's safer also, and you get everything that you need. I mean, you can have time for yourself. You can have time for your family. You can do job 9 to 5, and then you can spend a wonderful evening at a sports club or a party plot, wherever you wish to. So basically, you can have a 360 degree life where you don't have to make compromises on your family life also, on your personal life as well. I think that way we are very fortunate.
So Dhrumil, tell me something about your journey. You started off with, as we talked about Nilmber edifice, and then you did a couple of projects in Bhaili itself.
Yeah.
And then you have moved on with new projects. It's Survi, Pristine, and other 2-3 projects that are upcoming in the pipeline. So how has your journey been, and what's your key learning from your experience?
So journey, as I said, has been very adventurous. God has been kind that all the projects that I have worked on has been successful, and we have been able to give a good product to the customers as well, and the customers are also happy with our product. What I have learned in this industry, in this journey of mine is you have to be customer-centric. You can't take your customer for granted, which I think was the scenario before I moved in here, because it was a seller's market. Probably 15-20 years back, home was still a necessity, and people and builders were making the most of it.
Yes.
So it was more like a seller's market when I moved in. But now the entire industry has evolved and changed. It has become a buyer's market now. And I honestly believe, and I tell my team as well, that we are not in commodity business. Construction is not a commodity or a product that you sell. We are in service business.
100%.
Because making a house is, I think, more than the product quality, the intention has to be right. Which I believe that the builder has to make a house with a very good intention, because someone is spending their entire earnings. This is the single most expensive purchase of their lifetime. I mean, there's nothing more expensive than a house or a villa or any real estate that you buy or a property.
Way too.
So when someone puts in so much faith in you, you have to have your right intentions and your and the product has to be right. I mean, the product will come out right only if your intentions are right. So the way I groom my team, the way I direct my team is, even if the customer is wrong, he's right. So we are not here to judge the customer. We are here to serve the customer. And I think that analogy and that logic has been successful, has been fruitful enough for me to sit on this table right now. I will still carry on that mantra, and I urge all other my fellow colleagues and builders also. I'm sure everyone, no one intentionally does bad, but still, they might cut corners.
Yes.
So I would urge my fellow colleagues and builders as well that, rather than focusing on the bottom line or the top line to an extent, if we focus just on the customer-centric view, like what will my customer do, what will I do if I come to buy my house?
Yes.
I think that will serve in the long run.
Agree.
Short term, there might be challenges, there might be difficulties, but in the longer run, if we have to survive in this city with major players like Godrej also just entered the city now.
Yes.
The time is not far away when Adani might just come in.
Yes.
So when this major corporates will come in,
The level of players will win.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
So-
the other ones, anyways, after RERA and Demo, and specifically after COVID, the stronger players are only there. Because now it's not a thing કે આપણે બોર્ડ લગાવી દીધું અને માલ વેચાઈ ગયો. એવું નથી થતું હવે. So
industry જે fragmented હતી ને, now it's getting consolidated. Only the major bigger players with strength and good team will survive. So જે fragmentation થતું હતું ને કે સવાર ઉઠીને કોઈ પણ builder બની જતું,
એવું નથી થવાનું હવે.
એ હવે નથી થવાનું. We have to accept this reality.
Very true.
And work towards that. And if we have to survive against these corporates, not against this, amongst these corporates, then we'll have to act as one.
Very true.
And without a vision or without a moral compass in your business, I think we'll be directionless if we are doing business like that. So I honestly believe that there has to be a single customer-centric approach which gives you direction in terms of your real estate business.
True. Very true. So ધ્રુમિલ, મને એક વસ્તુ કહો કે આપણે કોવિડ પહેલાં કરોડનો ફ્લેટ એટલે બહુ મોટી વાત હતી. કરોડનો ફ્લેટ તો એટલે આપણે 3 BHK, મને યાદ છે ને, બેલિસમો 1, 2, 3, 80 લાખ 90 લાખ, પેન્ટહાઉસ કદાચ કરોડની ઉપરના હતા. હવે કરોડથી તો ચાલુ થાય છે, તમને મળે નહીં કરોડમાં કંઈ.
There's a funny story. When I started Nilmber head office, our penthouse was selling at 1 crore. And I happened to crack a deal with one of our NRI investors of 1 crore. I had literally had sleepless nights out of excitement for at least a month. Like, I sold a flat for 1 crore.
Yes.
So that's how the journey started. I mean,
Yes.
And the kick that kick that I got when I sold that apartment, I still believe, I still remember that very clearly. But coming to that point, I think, see, Manthan, everything has changed. Like, post-COVID, not just the houses market, the car market, the land market.
Everything has become expensive.
Everything has
Almost
become
double.
expensive.
The raw prices also become double.
So, and people are spending also. Nothing wrong against it. People are spending also. And
The
people
index
don't.
is double.
Yeah, the index is
The
double.
index is double. From COVID lows, it's triple. It was 8,000, 9,000, if I'm not wrong, in 2020.
And I still believe that this is just a starting point.
Of the
This
whole
is going to
India growth story. So whenever I listen to any Nifty based or stock market based podcast or interviewer, then I feel that the same thing applies to us. कि ये तो भी शुरुआत है. So there's a famous line of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. He died a couple of years back. He was my favorite inspiration for anything, right? Because the way he talks, like you
Very simple, very clear.
Yeah, very clear, very frank. Pretty much, he pretty much is like you only in terms of risk taking and everything, right?
Not the balance sheet though.
Not the it will be there. We'll be there 100%. So, anyways, coming back to the point. Everybody wants to get into real estate in some way or the other. Like stock markets, real estate is another investment class where everybody wants to get into it and have a piece of cake out of it. મને એવું 40-50 લાખનું બજેટ છે મારી પાસે, તો હું રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં કેવી રીતે પાર્ટ લઈ શકું?
So see, there are, unlike the older era, unlike like a decade back, nowadays there are plenty of opportunities to invest in real estate. There are fractional ownership platforms also. Fortunately, I myself have started one in Baroda. There are multiple others in Ahmedabad as well. So, the reason I started it was primarily this, because a common man who has 40-50 lakhs of extra money, he has hardly 3-4 options to invest, which is either stock market, equity, or probably gold, silver, or he ends up buying a small house or a small shop. What happens when you buy a small shop or a small apartment is, the increment is not that big, because when you want to sell it, your target customer still remains that only. So you never gain or you never multiply money when you buy a smaller shop or a smaller house. Statistically and historically speaking, land has been the most appreciating asset out of all these 3-4 asset classes that I just mentioned. But unfortunately, in this part of the world, land, first of all, people are too scared to invest. I don't know why. And second, people don't have resources also to invest in. And nowadays, the point that you mentioned, 50 લાખમાં તો ઉભા રહેવાની પણ જગ્યા નથી મળતી.
સાચી વાત.
તો લોકો ખરીદે પણ શું?
પાર્કિંગ મળે બોમ્બે.
પાર્કિંગ પણ મળે. So yeah. So
but Baroda, that's why I'm saying Baroda is such a sweet spot that તમને 50, 55, 60 લાખમાં અહીંયા 3 BHK મળી જાય.
મળી જાય છે. હા.
So that is the best part. એટલે
that's the best part, yeah.
આ વસ્તુ ઇન્ડિયામાં કશે નથી. And good quality. And since it is rare registered, everything is being at least made at par.
So the entry point for 3-bedroom is 50-55,
that's amazing.
Which is very convenient, very affordable as well. So coming back to the investment platform, which I was saying, so I have developed a platform called MyProp, which primarily focus in land trading. So we form an SPV for every transaction. So it is, so if you have 50 lakhs, say for example we are buying a land of 5 crores, you invest 50 lakhs, so you get 10% equity in that SPV, and the company only buys that land.
Right.
So I run the company. It's more like a portfolio manager. So I act as a fund manager, where I decide when to buy, whom to sell, when to sell. And we have been successful in the past 3-4 years. We have cracked around 6 deals now.
Very nice.
And we have given returns of close to 25 to 27% CAGR.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that way that is doing fantastic. And more and more people are joining in. Hopefully we should be able to expand in other cities soon. We are targeting Ahmedabad, Surat as well.
Right.
But right now we are primarily focused in Baroda. So just to conclude on your point, I think if you have 40-50 lakhs, fractional ownership models works the best according to me.
Yes.
Rather than investing any
and he doesn't have to worry about anything. ये फ्लैट में कब लूँ कब बेचूँ वो सब उसको देखना ही नहीं. मतलब it is you are managing the whole fund.
So it's more like an expert advisor that you have in real estate.
True.
See, I honestly believe that you have a family doctor, you have a family lawyer, you have a family guardian. You put in your hard-earned money. The most amount of money that you put in is in real estate.
Very true.
But no one has a real estate advisor.
Very true.
You go by hearsay of other clients, other friends and families and relatives. આજે કોઈને ઘર લેવું હોય તો એ 4 रिश्तेदारोને પૂછે છે. કોઈ એક્સપર્ટને પૂછવા નથી જતો. અનફોર્ચ્યુનેટલી કોઈ હતું પણ નહીં અને કોઈ કરતું પણ નહોતું. So I
અને લોકોને ગેરમાર્ગે પણ દોર્યા છે. એટલે હવે people know where to go, where not to go. They are smart enough. And they know that આપણું ટ્રેક રેકોર્ડ પણ હોય અને તમે આટલા વર્ષોથી કરતા હો, people see you, people trust you. So they do their and at the end of the day they are getting ownership of the transaction, which is that was never heard of before.
So that is something new, and fortunately it's been working very well.
Now there's a survey that Prop Guru and Credai Vadodara are doing about where the real estate buyers should take, and અત્યાર સુધી શું થતું કે આપણે ડેવલપર્સ બનાવીએ અને કસ્ટમર આવે એ અપ્રોચ તો હજી ચાલુ જ છે, પણ હવે આ સર્વેથી યુ આર ઇન્વોલ્વિંગ ધ ઓડિયન્સ, કસ્ટમર્સ, ધ એન્ડ યુઝર્સ. Please tell us something about that.
So that is something I'm very excited about, how the results will show up. So I have been thinking about this since a year, since I became the president, that how do I evolve this real estate market in the city. See, right now you will also believe and you will also agree with me that the majority of the growth or development is initiated and done by builders.
True.
We decide which area to go in, and the major factors for our decision is pricing of the land. Obviously we do a benchmark survey like whether the product will sell or not, but primary reason of expanding in various areas is the pricing of the land. If a landlord decides to sell a land cheaply in Sevasi or Bailey, then we tend to go there.
True.
We don't see that whether the end user wants to come there or not. So after thinking a lot and after having discussions with a couple of people, I thought of deriving a formula where we get to know from the end users only first hand that what are they looking for. હમણાં થાય છે શું મંથન, there are so many projects which are unsold, okay? The older ones. એમાં ઇન્વેન્ટરી પડેલી હોય, ઇન્વેન્ટરી વેચાતી ના હોય, તો એ કોસ્ટ બર્ડન જ છે બિલ્ડરો માટે પણ છે અને ઇનફેક્ટ ધ એન્ડ યુઝર્સ ઓલ્સો. માન લો 50% પણ ઇન્વેન્ટરી વેચાય છે તો જે 50% લોકોએ ખરીદ્યું છે એ પણ અટવાઈ જાય છે, એ પતું ને એ બિલ્ડરને પછી બ્લેમ કરે છે. તો હવે બિલ્ડરનો વાંક શું હતો કે એને વિધાઉટ નોલેજ ઓર વિધાઉટ સર્વે ત્યાં કરાયું. યસ ટ્રુ. ત્યાં માર્કેટ જ નહોતું ને એને બનાવ્યું. ઇન્ટેન્શન કોઈ દિવસ ખોટો નહોતો, બટ સમહાઉ ધ પ્રોડક્ટ ડિડન્ટ સેલ. તો એના લીધે આખું કેશફ્લો સ્ટક થઈ જાય, આખી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી સ્ટક થઈ જાય છે. તો વિથ ધીસ આઈ એમ ટ્રાઇંગ ટુ ડુ સમથિંગ લાઈક એન્ડ યુઝર્સ જ આપણને કે એમને શું જોવે છે, ક્યાં જોવે છે, કેટલા રૂપિયામાં જોવે છે, કેટલા બજેટમાં જોવે છે. તો વન્સ વી હેવ દેટ ડેટા વી કેન ડિસાઇડ વિચ એરિયા ટુ ગો ફોર. હવે માન લે ઇફ યુ ડુઈંગ અ ન્યૂ પ્રોજેક્ટ ઇન ભાયલી, ઇફ આઈ ગિવ યુ દેટ ડેટા સેઇંગ દેટ ભાયલીમાં તો 1 કરોડના બજેટવાળા છે અને 2 કરોડવાળા પણ છે. તો યુ નો બેટર વિચ પ્રોડક્ટ ટુ ડિઝાઇન ઇન દેટ એરિયા. હવે તારી પાસે ડેટા જ ના હોય તો તું 3 કરોડના ફ્લેટ મૂકી દે, પછી તું બ્લેમ કરે કે માર્કેટ નથી. So it was your fault initially that you designed a 3 crore flat where the market itself is of 1 crore only. So with this, it is a win-win situation for the builders, for the end users also, because they આજે એક આ જે ડેડ ઇન્વેન્ટરી પડી રહે છે એનો એક બર્ડન, જે કોસ્ટ બર્ડન બિલ્ડર્સ પર આવે છે એ બચશે તો એ પ્રોડક્ટ સસ્તું પણ આપી શકશે ક્લાયન્ટોને. બીજું કે એમને જે ડિઝાઇન, કયો પ્રોડક્ટ કયા એરિયામાં કયા લોકેશન પર જોવે છે એ મેસેજ કે ઇન્ફોર્મેશન બિલ્ડર પાસે જશે તો દે કેન ગેટ ઇન દેટ એરિયા. એમના જે મનગમતા એરિયા છે એમાં ડેવલપમેન્ટ થઈ શકશે, એમને જે ગમે છે એ રીતના થઈ શકશે અને એમની પ્રાઇસ રેન્જમાં પણ કરવાની આપણે કોશિશ કરી શકીએ છીએ.
આ આપણે બહુ જ સારો ઇનિશિયેટિવ લીધો છે અને આઈ અર્જ એવરીવન ટુ ટેક ધીસ સર્વે. આ સર્વે બધાએ જ કરવો જોઈએ.
ઇટ્સ ફ્રી અને ઇટ્સ ફ્રી ફોર એવરીવન.
એનાથી બહુ જ મોટો લાભ થશે. એમાં તમારે ખાલી ઘર નહીં, તમારે વીકેન્ડ હાઉસ પણ ક્યાં જોઈએ છે ક્યાં નહીં તો અમને સમજ પડે અને શું પ્રાઇસ રેન્જમાં જોઈએ છે. અને જેવું ધ્રુમિલભાઈ કીધું કે તમને કંઈ જોઈતું હોય તો વી કેન બી પાર્ટ ઓફ ધીસ સાઇડ એન્ડ ધેટ સાઇડ બોથ. તમે જ લોન તમે જ બનાવો. that has never been possible till date.
See, the reason I came up with this, even a commodity like a Parle-G biscuit also is sold after so much of data collection. કયું કેટલા પ્રાઇસિંગમાં વેચાય, કોણે વેચાય, ટાર્ગેટ કસ્ટમર શું છે. તો એક બિસ્કિટ વેચવા માટે પણ આટલા કોર્પોરેટ આટલો ડેટા ગેધર કરતા હોય, આપણે કરોડ વેચવા માટે કશું ડેટા નથી.
અને there are no surveys also. અમે ટ્રાય કરેલું કે સર્વે કોઈ પણ આ બધા એ પછી ઇંગ્લિશમાં તમને એક્સેલ શીટ આપી દે પણ there is
those are fake surveys. So this thing is direct to the end users and it's completely free. I mean, you just have to spend 2 minutes of your life and eventually કોઈનો આજે I honestly believe that માણસ એકવાર તો એની લાઈફમાં રિયલ એસ્ટેટ ખરીદતો હશે, ખરીદતો નહીં તો વેચતો હશે, એની એન્સેસ્ટર પ્રોપર્ટી હશે, કશું પણ હશે. હી કેન નોટ બી કે મને રિયલ એસ્ટેટની જરૂર નથી. એવું તો કોઈ માણસ દુનિયામાં નથી પહેલાં તો જેને રિયલ એસ્ટેટની જરૂર ના પડે. તો આઈ બિલીવ દેટ કે જેને પણ પાસે આવે સર્વેની લિંક કે કોડ તો પ્લીઝ ફિલ ઇટ અપ વન્સ. ઇટ્સ કમ્પ્લીટલી ફ્રી એન્ડ ઓલ્સો જસ્ટ ટુ એડ ટુ દેટ વી આર ગિવિંગ આઉટ હેન્ડઆઉટ્સ ઓલ્સો.
Okay.
If you fill the survey you get free handouts. It's a real estate guide. It's basically an SOP. We have made a book,
checklist,
a standard operating procedures type. કે આજે તમારે રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં પૈસા નાખવા હોય કે ઘર બનાવવું હોય કે કશું કરવું તો શું કરવું જોઈએ, કયા પેરામીટર્સ ચેક કરવા જોઈએ, બિલ્ડર જોડે શું વાત કરવી જોઈએ, એ આખી એક ગાઈડ બનાવી છે 100 પાનાની. તો we'll be handing out that for free to all the end users who fill out the survey. So this is just to evolve the real estate industry so that અત્યારે જે પરસેપ્શન છે ને રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં પૈસા ડૂબે છે કે પૈસા મને બિલ્ડરને ટ્રસ્ટ નથી, આઈ એમ ટ્રાઇંગ ટુ ચેન્જ દેટ પરસેપ્શન ઓફ પીપલ કે બિલ્ડર્સ આર ઓલ્સો કોર્પોરેટ્સ, બિલ્ડર્સ આર ઓલ્સો ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલિસ્ટ. કોઈ ઇન્ટેન્શનલી ડિફોલ્ટ નથી કરતું હોતું. ઇટ જસ્ટ somehow some things might get wrong, but એનો મતલબ એવું નથી કે આખી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી ખરાબ છે.
what I think is what people should understand is કે રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં તમે ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ કરો તો ટાઈમ ઇઝ નોટ, તમને અહીંયા વર્ષમાં રિટર્ન નહીં દેખાય, તમારે અહીંયા 10 વર્ષ આપવા પડશે તો તમને હેન્ડસમ રિટર્ન દેખાશે. અને સેફેસ્ટ, કારણ કે આ શું છે, આ વસ્તુ તમને બટન દબાઈને વેચાશે નહીં, એટલે તમારી રિટર્ન થશે અને તમે 10 વર્ષ પછી જોશો તો એની વેલ્યુ બહુ ઓછી હશે.
So I honestly believe real estate is a long term game. And I'm not saying no to mutual fund equity or no to gold silver. So every individual should have a big basket of investments. એ બાસ્કેટમાં બધા જ પોર્ટફોલિયો હોવા જોઈએ, રિયલ એસ્ટેટ હોવો જોઈએ, સ્ટોક માર્કેટ હોવો જોઈએ, ગોલ્ડ સિલ્વર હોવો જોઈએ. So real estate is necessary, it is mandatory, it should be in your investment bucket. and people should definitely do it on a longer version.
It takes 10 years to be overnight success in real estate.
Yeah.
So that is how it is. And now the new lifeline of Vadodara, 75-meter ring road,
Yeah.
which is recently announced after a lot of efforts and planning. So what's the benefit of 75-meter ring road, and why is there so much of buzz and happiness around it?
First of all, the happiness because of the waiting period. We have waited very long for this to happen, and now that this is happening, people can't keep calm.
Some people are not able to imagine.
Imagine.
क्या थी जैसे
Yes,
वर्ष
yes.
में. So,
You won't believe, Manthan, when I started off in 2010, that time I have been pitching this 75 meter road.
very true.
Imagine it's been 14, 15 years
Yes,
now,
yes,
and
yes,
finally when it is happening,
Yes.
so the excitement will still be there. It will till it opens up. I think Baroda just has one lifeline right now, which you say is OP Road, which connects the entire town.
Yes.
You go on, you can literally do circular rounds.
Which is
of
oversaturated
Baroda.
now.
It's
Thanks to
very
Atul Bridge.
crowded, congested.
Yeah.
So we desperately needed another lifeline, another ring road like this, which connects the entire city, so that the growth also can go further off from OP Road. So the buzz will be there, and it should be there, and it is basically a new lifeline of town. So and I'm very excited to see how it unfolds.
Yes.
Fortunately, after monsoon, they will start work.
Yes. So we are coming to the first project on 75-meter ring
Really?
road. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Asopalav Presidential House is the name of the
Very
scheme.
nice.
And there are other developers also who are, VHOW Group is coming up with 2-3 projects on the 75-meter ring road. I think, and which are all 20-story plus. So, so what I feel is 20-story plus buildings are mushrooming around the city now.
Yeah, that'll be a norm in 5 years.
The skyline of Vadodara is changing. And things are happening amazingly in the city.
No, I think when we started off in 2010-11, edifice was 9 stories, Bellissimo was 9 stories. So at that time, people were very skeptical. How will they build 9-story tower? But now we recently completed Bellissimo 3, which is 14 stories. I think 3 years, 5 years down the line, 20 stories will be a norm.
Very true.
So definitely Vadodara skyline is changing.
Yes.
Better.
I'd like to ask you, how important is it to take risks in business? And what is the importance of taking risks? Because I would say we are the real daredevils when it comes to investing, all developers. So a message that we want to, because we are youth and we are experienced youth now. And what's your message to the youth about taking risk? Because without taking risk, pool ni bahar rehne tarta nahi aur.
Yeah. So see, risk is for any businessman, for any entrepreneur. I think risk is inborn. I mean, you can't say that, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to be a businessman without risk.
True.
So I don't think you can separate risk with business. It is part of business. It is part of decision making. And as you rightly pointed out, real estate developers are the daredevils. Right. The main reason for that is, we have to take a major decision with every project. Even if I have done 100 successful projects, that does not mean my 101st project will be successful.
You will still get cold feet at the 101st
project. Whereas any other industry, you set up 1 plant, 2 plants, 3 plants, and then somehow it becomes autopilot, it runs on its own. Whereas real estate, we have to start fresh with every project.
Very true.
Every project is a challenge. Every project is a litmus test for us. So we take risk with every new project.
Very true.
And that happens probably twice a year.
Exactly.
So unlike any other industry, if you are in the chemical industry, हमारे खाली product develop करवाने चाहिए, एक बार set था, પછી obviously you have to keep evolving. Pharma હોય કશું પણ, you keep evolving. Here, even if you have been successful over the past 40-50 years, that does not mean the next project will be successful. You have to be on your toes, you have to know the market, you have to be customer-centric to make sure that project becomes successful as well. So I think risk is an integral part of any businessman and any entrepreneur. If you want to take it out, then you can't be one.
Dhrumil, it was a fantastic first episode of Brick by Brick with Credai. I didn't expect it to go so smooth. We had initial jitters when we started this, and it's an amazing thing. And
It was wonderful, Manthan. Thank you so much. In fact, I can't appreciate more that you took this initiative for Credai, and I'm very excited to see the other
Yes.
episodes and who's going to sit on this
Yes.
chair now.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the other episodes. Thank you so much once again for taking this initiative, and would love to look forward, man. Thank you.
I would urge all the audience, like, subscribe, comment, જેટલું થશે એટલું વધારે એન્ગેજ કરો રિયલ એસ્ટેટમાં. લેટ્સ બી અ જર્ની ટુગેધર. બરોડા રિયલ એસ્ટેટ ગ્રોથ સ્ટોરીમાં, ઇન લાર્જર પિક્ચર ગુજરાત ગ્રોથ સ્ટોરીમાં, અને જે બધા તમે શું પણ કહેવા માંગો છો, યુ કેન ફીલ ફ્રી એન્ડ ડિસ્કસ વિથ અસ, એન્ડ વી આર ઓલવેઝ ઓપન.
Just to add to it, I think I urge everyone to be part of Credai. Credai is not just for developers. We are here to serve you. We are here to give you better products, good products. Unless and until we get to know each other, we can't give you good products. So I sincerely request through this medium that people take the survey as well. I think the link should be there in the bio. Please fill the survey. Please subscribe to this channel and be part of Credai. We look forward to serving you in future. Whatever you need in terms of real estate, we are always here to help you out.
અને ક્રેડાઈ VNFમાં આપણે મળીએ છીએ. પ્લીઝ ગરબા માટે આવજો, વિચ ઇઝ આર વન ઓફ આર ફ્લેગશિપ ઇવેન્ટ્સ થ્રુ આઉટ ધ યર, એન્ડ વન ઓફ ધ બેસ્ટ થિંગ્સ વી ડુ, and it's at a grander stage. You can say more about that.
Yeah, I think everyone is excited for the Garba event. We request everyone to come. It's going to be a fun festival, and we have been hosting it for the past 3-4 years now, and we love to have everyone. It's a mesmerizing scene to see so many people dance on the tunes. And if you have not been to Credai VNF Garba, please do come. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Dhrumil.
Thank you.
It was amazing time with you again.
Thank you, Manthan. Thank you. Look forward.
See you
Thank
soon.
you, man.
Bye.